Hello, my fellow Americans, dirty Canadians, and filthy Brits. Welcome to Cammy's Comic Corner, Politics in My Comics edition, where in this episode I'll be talking about politics in comics. Now, this whole idea first started for me, anyway, was when, you hear these guys, John Obama and Barack McCain, they're, going at it. These guys are the nominees, and I was like, you know what? With November 4th next week, be sure to go out and vote, we should be talking a little bit about politics in comics, just to see if there are any, and if there's any good series that you might want to check out, or stories, for that matter. So the major two comics that, come to mind came out from IDW Publishing, called Presidential Material, and it covers Barack Obama and John McCain. Both are written by and illustrated by different people, and both are biographies of both presidential candidates. And you might learn something new, like I sure as hell did. Now, first up we have Barack Obama, which is written by Jeff Marriott and drawn by Tom Morgan. Now, basically, it takes lots of references and lots of facts from both Obama's books and tons of the Associated Press archives. Same for John McCain. I'll get to that in a second. But we follow Barack Obama as a young child growing up in Hawaii, just with his mother and being raised by his grandparents, and how he really does follow, in a sense, the American dream, where if you work hard, do good in school, you can go anywhere you want. Graduate at the top of your class, first African American to graduate in the top of your law school, get like more than 600 offers just to come work at different law firms, stuff like that. So I was very interested in following Barack's life, how he only got to meet his father one time, got to reconnect with his family in Africa, the family he never knew, and grow a tighter bond with his sister that he never knew as well. So I really enjoyed this book. And the nice thing about this book is you can give it to any one of your friends who might be into comics or might be on the fence about certain politics. And it's not going to be, it's a little wordy, but you'll get a lot of background information, which is a little bit more helpful if you want to get your information via comic books rather than watching TV shows or biased news programs on it. And next up we have John McCain, which is written by Andy Helfer and drawn by Stephen Thomas. Same thing can be said. John McCain wrote a book. They took excerpts out of that. And also, Associated Press, that's where they get a lot of background information. And of course, we all know John McCain for being the prisoner of war in Vietnam, in North Vietnam, and how he stayed there many, many years, broken arm, broken legs. It does cover that pretty much throughout the entire issue, because that's what he's really best known for. But then it shows how he couldn't ever be an admiral like his father or his great-grandfather because of some of his disabilities, and so it focuses on him running for different offices. And the thing that really surprised me most about this comic and the information on John McCain was he was kind of I don't want to say he was a bad person, but he seemed to be really controversial at times, or very shady and kind of corrupt. Like you hear about politicians being corrupt. It seemed like a couple of times he was taking money, or really suspiciously dumping his wife who was on her deathbed and marrying again the daughter of a major beer millionaire. It's just stuff like that that makes you really wonder, really? I didn't know that before. So it really enlightened me and helped me see a little bit more about John McCain. Like the Barack Obama book, if you have an undecided friend, you can just give this book to them, and for all you know, they might really enjoy it. And also, there is a comic being made as we speak on Sarah Palin, John McCain's vice president. And the only thing is, it's being put out by Blue Water Comics. But the only question I have is, why is it being put out in February of 2009? If McCain doesn't become president and Sarah Palin vice president, no one's really going to care. They're going to be looking at the comic book saying, oh, it's the gal who lost. I don't really care about her anymore. Larry Flint got out Nayland Palin quicker than Blue Water Comics got out this comic book. So, if you want that as a little timetable, I don't know why you would want that as a timetable, but it's there for you. So again, IDW Publishing, it's for $3.99, and you can get either or. And they could be collector's items someday. So if you're really into the whole collecting aspect, I'd probably try to pick this up. Now we shall dive into the different universes and seeing how their presidential races are going so far. First up in Marvel, we have the continuing joke of Stephen Colbert running for president in the Marvel Universe. Now, way back in the real world, when Stephen Colbert was jokingly running for president, he got some voters, and unfortunately he had to drop out. And Marvel, Joe Quesada, who was always on the Colbert Report, he was saying, no, Stephen, you don't understand. Your race continues in the Marvel Universe, which was pretty cool news, especially if you're Stephen Colbert and you like comics and you always try to incorporate something into comics, even as his own comic book series. But anyway, the race is running in the Marvel Universe. And just recently in Amazing Spider-Man 573, you got a little backstory featuring Stephen Colbert and Spider-Man versus the Grizzly. Now, the whole thing with Stephen Colbert is he's always puts the grizzly bears or any bears in general on notice. So to fight against a supervillain called the Grizzly, it's like, all right, that's Stephen Colbert's arch enemy right there. But all throughout the Marvel Universe, in many comics, you do see a lot of Stephen Colbert 08, I Am American, So Can You, or his banner all on billboards, or on sides of buildings, or on T-shirts. In Secret Invasion #1, a kid had a Stephen Colbert T-shirt on. Most recently in New Warriors #18, when they go to the future, there's a Stephen Colbert 08 sign plastered on the side of the building as well. The only thing I don't like about this is sometimes it will take me out of the comics, especially if it's a big event like Secret Invasion, or if it's in the future like in New Warriors. You go, wait, we're no longer in 2008, yet there's a 2008 banner for it. It kind of takes you out of the moment to make you realize, oh wait, that's right, Stephen Colbert, it's the running joke. Sometimes I wish they wouldn't have it because sometimes it just distracts too much, and I want to read the story and not get pulled out by my modern-day politicians / comedians. And in the DC Universe, a series has been going on for the past month titled DC Universe Decisions, and it was a 4-part miniseries, and basically it tackled the different heroes in the DC Universe telling the press who they were going to vote for or who they were backing for president. And there are 4 nominees, and there's a killer going on the loose, planting bombs on innocent people and detonating them at these rallies, trying to kill the presidential nominees. So all the heroes have to band together, find out who's trying to mess up the whole political system, and kill people. Turns out in the end it's Jericho, the son of Deathstroke. And he's gone kind of mental, he has all these different personalities, and they're affecting him, and he's jumping from body to body trying to kill these politicians. Well, in the end, when Superman is asked who he's voting for, Superman does the Boy Scout move and says, I don't think the heroes should be backing any politicians because it sends a message. It sends a wrong message. So whoever does become president, don't worry, we're going to back you no matter what our affiliations are. So that's why heroes shouldn't be backing anyone or saying who they're voting for. It is your God-given right to, choose who you want to choose. And, it makes kind of all the heroes who are caught up in this business and back people going, oh man, that's right. It's true. So it was kind of fun because, Superman, alien, not a registered United States citizen, telling us how to vote. It's like, yeah, thanks. Why don't you go back to Krypton? Oh, that's right. Oh, boo-hoo. It blew up. Anyway. And finally, in the WildStorm universe, there's this ongoing series. It's about to end soon, around issue 50. But it's by Brian K. Vaughan, and it's Ex Machina. And basically, you follow Mayor Mitchell Hundred as he's a mayor of New York City. And he's also the Great Machine, which is a superhero who can control different computers, electronic devices, etc. It's very interesting to see how he sometimes juggles being a mayor and being a superhero. And all of his cronies always trying to, help him out or whatnot. So if you're really interested in politics, mainly maybe Senate, mayors, stuff like that, I would really recommend Ex Machina because it's a really fun book. Brian K. Vaughan is mostly known from Why the Last Man, but this is the other series that you should be checking out if you aren't already. So, remember, November 4th is right around the corner. Go vote. I don't care who you vote for, just as long as you cast your vote. So that was the episode. I hope you learned something. Might want to check out a comic book or two. But if you want more Cammy's Comic Corner goodness, go ahead and go to www.cammyscomicorner.com. From there, you can subscribe to us on iTunes, or click on the RSS feed and subscribe to us there. Or you can click on the forum section and go talk about this episode. Who you're voting for, who sucks, is Sarah Palin hot, stuff like that. So until Friday's episode, which is tomorrow, and I gotta go film that now, this has been Cammy's Comic Corner, Politics in My Comics episode, and I hope you go out and vote November 4th. Just recently, for the past month or two,